Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is an update on the pumpkins in the outdoor garden. You can see here that in the tires, a lot of the Big Max pumpkins have come up. And in this one too. Over here, these are all mounds where I've planted new pumpkins. Right in these front two rows. So those haven't come up yet. But in the back here, these are all Big Max pumpkins that I planted earlier. And they hadn't come up because I buried them too deep when they got planted. And so I had to bring them to the surface a little bit and water them. It was weird because I planted like 35 pumpkin seeds down here, especially in these back rows, and nothing was coming up except for like this one. And I kept wondering when they were going to come up and if it was too cold or they weren't getting enough water. But then I kind of dug down a little bit and they were all just too deep, but they were growing. Some of them it was too late. So all of those mounds are pumpkins, and the ones in the back are Big Macs. Over here, this is another box of pumpkins, and these mounds are like 3 or 4 pumpkin seeds each. And this one had grown in the basement in the indoor garden updates, and so I moved it outside, and it's doing pretty well. In this spot, I have a cantaloupe seed. I just kind of put it in there hoping something would happen, so we'll kind of see what happens as time goes by. And this is my willow box. After I pruned the willow, I put all these branches in here, and I've been watering them every day that it's not raining, and they should root in a couple weeks. Initially, they kind of lose their leaves, but inside, the stick should be alive. The willow should still be alive, if you can see. So they're probably working on their roots. But some of these I already have in pots because after they take root, I'll start seeing some new growth where the dead leaves are, and then I can sell them individually as willow trees. And this guy was kind of my inspiration for the willow bed. It was a branch I took off of the willow tree down there. And this guy's kind of a wild willow tree that I found actually when I was cleaning out this garden a couple days ago, so I just decided to keep it and maybe I just grow it and see what it turns into. The cherries are doing pretty well. They're all purple now, like the parent tree, and they're just going to keep growing out. And back here, these little target circles are just extra pumpkin seeds I had planted, hoping something would happen because there's a lot of room back here for pumpkins to grow, so I guess we'll see what happens. So that's a look at the outdoor garden. I forgot to mention, I put a lot of weed blanket down, and that will really control a lot of the weeds that are coming up, especially in the middle. And that'll kind of keep the area open for the pumpkins to start trailing and having vines, and eventually supporting the pumpkins on the blanket later this summer when they start fruiting. So in about 2 months, hopefully this all should be green, and I should start seeing some pumpkin blossoms.